Test, 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 test. Good evening. How is everyone doing? We're just waiting for the lobby to start. It'll start pretty soon. How's everyone doing? All right, guys. Here we go. 1 second. 1 second. Happy Easter for everyone, is what Lewis says in the chat. Thank you very much, Lewis. Happy Easter to you too, mate. For everyone who is celebrating it. I'm just going to switch over to the screen here and then we'll do the introduction. Hello there, guys, and welcome back to, once again, another live stream here on the VB Thomas YouTube channel. Today, we will be racing with the Formula 1 Racing League, and you can see we have a complete new branding as F1RL changed their logo. I just had the time to change everything. So you will be able to see the logo up here, all the way at the top of your screen. And of course, you've got the VB Thomas branding again. But we will be racing in Season 4, Round 11 of the Hungarian Grand Prix. Not one of my most favorite tracks, if I'm being honest. The racing usually is a little bit chaotic and a lot of possible, crashes, safety cars, all that kind of stuff. So it's not always fun racing around Hungary, but I guess it is what it is. The track is also called the Hungaroring, and we will be having a short qualifying and a 50% race tonight. I am just having a quick look. Oh, yeah, I remember you, Lewis. I remember you. So you're going to be all the way in P19 tonight. Everyone still has to come across the line, though, to put the qualifying on the board. So it seems like it's a little bit of a glitch there on the top of your screen. It says a lap, and then it says a time. That is completely wrong, but I guess we don't really need to keep our eyes on that one. I'm just gonna switch something. Oh, it's already on -29. That's alright. And then we are ready to go. Let's put the track map on. Let's put the lap data on, and we're able to analyze everything. It seems like the Williams driver of, the Williams car of Vindog is coming out of pits first. No, it isn't. It is his teammate. His teammate is, of course, a PRV Widget. And according to Sean, I think he has done the calculation that when... Who was in P2? If Tomo crashes during this race or doesn't score a single point, and Youngie wins the race, I think he's going to win the Grand Prix. But the season. So Youngie, he has all the pressure on his shoulders, but he still has a lot of points ahead of the rest of the grid. You will be able to find the standings right above me, so you can do the analysis yourself, of course. Now, Hungary, one of the shorter tracks here on the calendar, and with a lot of corners, if I'm being honest, a lot of fast corners. And the problem is that, the corners are so tight, and there's not a lot of overtaking opportunities because the corners are so close to each other. And we might want to go on to a lap analysis when being on a POV mode with Vindog, as it seems like the Aston Martin is making the overtake right now. We're not racing yet, guys. It is just qualifying. Vindok entering sector 3, and then we will be able to look how he's going to come across that last corner down the straight. And hopefully it'll be a good lap for the Williams driver. Here he comes around the last corner. It goes Vindok down the straight, and then we've got a hard braking zone into turn 1, which we of course know very well because of Bottas back in 2020, if I'm not mistaken. 21, could have been 21. And onto the curb quite nicely there on the exit. Beautifully done by Vindok into turn 2, and then we've got a kind of a U-turn. It's a long U-turn into turn 3, fast right-hander. And we're heading into turn 4, and then also sector 2, of course. And then turn 5 is a long U-turn to the right, but you need to watch out because, oh, beautiful line there from Vindok. Look at that. Full on the throttle coming through turn 4. Turn 5 is a tricky one because you can easily lose your car through there. Into turn 6 and 7, which is the chicane, of course. And we're heading into turn 8, fast left-hander. Fast right-hander is going to be turn 9. And we've got another fast left-hander, which is going to be turn 10 here around Hungary. Turn 11, another fast right-hander, so you've got a very fast sector there in sector 2. And we've got turn 12, a 90 degrees corner, hard braking zone. Good overtaking opportunity, though, I do have to say that. Turn 13, long U-turn, and then the last corner is going to be turn 14. Another long U-turn to your right. Widget coming across the line to put a 118.7. I think Vindok will put a couple of tenths below that. He's actually going to put 17 tenths below that. He's 1.7 seconds faster than his own teammate. You might want to go on board with P. Tomo here. Entering sector 3. And Tomo, he's been really doing pretty well these last couple of races. He climbed up all the way from the midfield of the pack to the top of the pack again with points. I mean, in the Drivers' Championship. As he's going to come across the line right now to put a 116.6 provisional pole for the Ferrari driver Youngie with a 116.7 is almost 1 tenth slower. So you might want to go on board with Seko's Sass here. He's going to go on a fast one. He's on the medium tires though. He's going to be a little bit slower this qualifying round as he might want to come back into the pits because there's not much time in a short qualifying, only 18 minutes. Which is of course longer than a full the Q3 of a full qualifying, but still you need a couple of laps to be able to perform pretty well. Here comes Seko onto the curb, quite nicely done into turn 4, into turn 5, hard braking zone, fast on the throttle as soon as possible. Here he comes, takes the curb on the exit, beautifully done. Gears down, up into 4th, and then into 5th, into 6th, back into 5th. He doesn't go back into the 5th, and that means he has a little bit of understeer, as you can see. He's got also a little bit of traffic right ahead of him, the McLaren driver and the Alpine, if I'm not mistaken. And the McLaren driver is even coming into the pits, because that might be... Oh, and he was glitching onto the... Who was that? Is that Rhino? No, it's Youngie. He was glitching back on the track. Not sure what happened there. Seko's ass onto... P8 with a 117.6. Let's go on board with Foxy here as he has invalidated this lap, but he's going to go on another one. And hopefully he's going to be able to improve on the rest of the drivers' times. Oh, and he cuts the curb. That is going to be another another invalidation for the Haas driver. And Apex Joe, what is he going to be able to do entering sector 2 at the moment? You might want to go on board with Melanade, one of the faster guys here in Formula 1 Racing League. As I think he's coming from Torque Titans Racing League, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong about that. And coming into sector 2 at the moment. Is he up on his time? He hasn't set a time yet, so we won't be able to see that. He doesn't have the fastest first sector though, which is a clear indication that he might not have the pace tonight to get pole. Oh, beautiful line there. Oh, didn't touch a single curb through the chicane. And what will Melanade be doing? Entering sector 3 at the moment. Fast right-hander. He's got a little bit of traffic up ahead. The Haas driver going quite nice off track there. Beautifully done by, I think that must be Foxy. His X is already in the pit lane. X who's 1 second slower than the second to last driver, which is Oranje Boom-Brown. Yellow flag in Sector 2. Wonder what's happening there. Here comes Melanade into P6, 117.1, only 24 thousandths away from Geldy. So you might want to go on board with Vettel, one of the faster guys here, and I think he won the Grand Prix 2 weeks ago. No, I think he might have won it last week, if I'm being honest. It was my birthday last week, and I was reading the chat because I wanted to know what happened, and I think I saw everyone congratulating Vettel for winning the race, but I could be wrong. I don't think he's on a fast one, is he? No, he's got a lot of ERS saved at the moment, so he's just gonna warm up those tires and try to come across the line. Melanade and Foxy are brothers too. A bit of knowledge for you. Oh, thank you, Sean. I didn't know that. So Foxy in the Haas car, that's quite funny. I always thought that, you know, brothers want to be in the same car. Or maybe not, I don't know. My brother and I are 15 years of difference, so I don't really have that brother band, if you know what I mean. No, but I mean, I thought that brothers either, you know, if they get along with each other, they want to be in the same team, and if they don't get along with each other, they just want to compete against each other, and that might be the case here today. Melanade in P7. He's, as you can see, the faster one out of the two at the moment, so that is going to give a great rivalry ship, you know. Vettel up on his time, entering Sector 2. As he had the fastest first sector, takes a little bit of curb down the inside in the chicane. And he's flying through the Hungary ring at the moment. I'm gonna be honest about something. He's 10 seconds up on his time. That would be a 117 at the moment. He needs to improve a little bit more. I feel like... Is he on PC? No, he's not on PC, he's on Xbox, so that couldn't be the thing. I thought he was hacking because of the steering and all that kind of stuff, but he's on Xbox. He puts himself in P6 though, 117.0. Not bad at all, not bad at all. So let's have a quick look with Melanade's brother Foxy, all the way in P19. Still to put a time on the board. He's the only one who hasn't set a time yet, as he's gonna leave some space for the rest of the drivers, although... Oh, I think he's listening, isn't he? Or is he just warming up his tires? I'm not sure. I don't think he's listening. I don't think many drivers listen to the live stream, actually, because I think that this would be a little bit, you know, annoying if it's in the background. Me screaming all over the place. Obviously, you know, imagine you're racing on a wheel, or, I mean, does it really matter on a controller or on a wheel? And you're racing in peace, you're having me in the background, and all of a sudden someone crashes and I'm screaming all over the place, and, you know, he gets a heart attack and he goes off track because of my screaming. I don't think I ever had anyone say, "Ah, Thomas, your screaming made me crash into the wall," or something like that. That would be quite funny. I would do it more if I'm being honest. Oh, Foxy with another invalidation. Oh, and Youngie puts himself on pole. With 116.5, the Haas driver. No, it's a McLaren driver. My apologies. Oh, here comes Mercedes driver. Almost colliding with Foxy right there. Foxy was racing on a controller, and I feel like... Oh, I appreciate it, Sean. Appreciate it. Are you not racing? Oh, no, you're not racing. Why is that, mate? Do you have to work today? I assume you do. I assume you do. Let's go back to the front of the grid real quick. Seko Sass. Oh, there goes the Haas driver. What happened there? Is that Foxy again? No, that must be X. Is he stuck on the grass? I think he is stuck on the grass. Look at that. No, he's in neutral. He's not even trying. Oh, what is he doing? Oh, he's stuck right now. Yeah, he is stuck. Look at that. He's beached. Reset the track. Reset the track. X. Reset the track. No, this isn't working. No, he's disqualified. Oh, that is unfortunate. Yeah, he's gonna be frustrated about that. Oh, look at that. Disqualified from the session. Alright, how many more minutes is there still in the qualifying? Let's have a quick look here. That yellow caution should go away. Otherwise, I'm not able to see it. 6 more minutes. Fair enough. I'm trying to watch, but Mostly just listening. Fair enough. Weren't you, Sean? Weren't you the one doing the frizzy pops or whatever it was? Whatever you guys call it in English, in England. Fizzy pops, frizzy pops, something like that. I think it is, right? I always watch during the race. It works like an engineer to me. Oh, fair enough, fair enough. I'll I'll give you some updates throughout the race. But I'm mostly watching the front though, as you know, most of them are battling there. Oh, fizzy drinks. That's the one. Fizzy drinks. I was watching a movie today, and it was called... Which one was it again? Ford versus Ferrari. I don't know if you guys have seen it. I was watching Ford and Ferrari. Ford versus Ferrari. And it was the Ken Miles. Well, he had a British accent in the... I don't know if he's actually British or American. Doesn't really matter. And they were talking about fizzy pops, and I had to think of you, Sean. Because you're the fizzy pop maker, the fizzy drink maker. The brewer. Oh, Insomniac coming across the line to put himself in P3. Beautiful lap there. 116.7. I don't think it'll be enough to keep himself in P3, because look at that. Seku's ass only 9 thousandths away from Insomniac. Oh, and he changed his name. I think he used to be Mr. Insomniac. Now it's AER Insomniac, obviously, because he's got a league named AER. I used to know what is going in the front. Oh, you use it to know what is going on in the front. Fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, that's actually a good one. That's actually a good one. Matko. Matko is going to go on a fast one, I think. He's saved a lot of ERS. So I'm just going to take off my cap here, and we will be right back. Alright, here we are, guys. Matko on a fast one. I think he should be able to put himself somewhere in the top 5, if I'm being honest. Oh, doesn't nail that turn 1 as good as he should have. Oh, and a 5-place grid penalty for Foxy. What has happened there? He had a collision with Melanade, or at least impeded his lap. And I'm not sure. Usually that 5-second time penalty is not deserved. And I see a lot of leagues that do restarts because of it, but I don't think the guys could care too much about that. Foxy is in P18 anyway, so I don't think he'll be able to gain too many positions off that. His own teammate got disqualified. So it will be Haas in P20, well, P19 and P18. Collided with his brother. Haha, yeah, fair enough. That's true. Oh, mate, that is true. I didn't even notice. Oh, Matko up on his time, 2:10s right now, as that will possibly put him in the top 3. Pushing down Mr. Insomniac as he's coming around sector 3 at the moment. He's got a little bit of traffic up ahead. That shouldn't matter too much. Still 3 more minutes on the board. Oh, beautiful line there from Matko. Look at that. Down the line he comes. What will the... Ooh, he lost a bit of time there in sector 3. Not sure what happened there. He was up by 2/10s. He had the fastest second sector and only improved by 36 thousandths. So it will be a P6 for Matko. But I definitely think he could have gotten a little bit more out of it. Vindok also on a fast one. He's got an Alpine up ahead. And he needs to watch out though. 14 thousandths of an improvement and he spins! No! He keeps control of his car. Almost spun into the wall there. Look at that. He's not going to be improving anymore, I'm afraid. He lost a bit of time through that turn 4. I think he went a little bit too much onto the curb. The tires might be overheating already. And that is a good indication of how he's going to be racing, if I'm being honest. You know, usually when the guys are struggling during the qualifying already, they're going to be struggling through the race, throughout the whole race. He's up, well, he's down by 1.5 tenths though, but he definitely, ooh, oh yeah, the Alpine goes off track right now. I don't think that is, I think he's got to come back into the pits. Did he have, oh, almost goes into the wall. I think he definitely lost the front wing there. Let's have a quick look. He didn't lose the front wing. How is that even possible? He drained all of his ERS already. And the only thing that I found ugly about the Williams car is that the telemetry is not straight onto the wheel. I think it's with all the other teams that the telemetry is on the wheel, but it isn't in the Williams, which is absolutely ugly. I find it horrible. Rhino Hussey also one of the contenders for the race win today. He was pretty fast last season, but I feel like he's not up there lately. I mean, I do see him in the top 6 in the Drivers' Championship, and it doesn't seem like he improved last lap. He's going to go for another one. He saved a lot of VRS into turn 1, hard braking zone. Wants to know that turn 1 as good as possible. Early on the brakes, here he comes. Rhino Hussey on the soft tires too, and I think everyone is on the soft tires if I'm being honest. We saw Secco on the mediums earlier, but I think he switched over to the soft tires again. And look at the gap between P3 and P9. Only 3/10 away from each other, which is quite crazy. Usually we don't see that small of a gap. Also all the way from P3 to P5, we've got a couple of hundreds away from each other. Vettel retires from the session, as I think he crashed out coming out of turn 11. Oh, Rhino Hussey almost invalidated there, went off track, but I think he slowed down a little bit to make sure that he didn't invalidate. Is he going to be up on his time though? No, he's not. 74,000 slower than his previous time. Will he be able to improve? Rhino Hussey coming into sector 3. This might be the sector where he lost a lot of time last time around. Goes onto the curb as much as possible. The qualifying is already over. And will he be improving? Rhino Hussey coming down the straight, and it will not be an improvement, I'm afraid. 4/10 slower than his previous lap. Geldy is up on his lap. 1.4 of an improvement entering sector 2. And how much tenths is he going to be improving by entering sector 3? He's up by 2/10. That will potentially put him somewhere around P8, P7. Here comes Geldy, trying to nail that last corner as much as possible there. Here he comes. Early on the brakes, early on the throttle, and that is a beautiful line from Geldy. It'll put him in P4. What a surprising result from the Alpine driver. And I think that is going to be your qualifying here today. A 1:16.3 is going to be the pole time by Tomo. The Ferrari driver is still going to be up there with the top of the drivers. Murph in P3, Youngie in the middle of the both of them. And we've got Geldy in P4 and Mr. Insomniac in P5. A very good qualifying from these guys. But the pole, of course, goes to Tomo. A couple of surprises. I would say Rhino Hussey, Vettel, both of those guys. Definitely, I did expect a little bit more from them, but Fox, you get a 5-place grid penalty, which is also very unfortunate. Only 17 thousandths between Tomo and Youngie. Look at that. And only a couple of thousandths away from Murph and Geldy. Well, Murph and Geldy with each other, though. A couple of hundreds. Mr. Insomniac in P5. Sekozaz is Croatian and Matko is Slovenian, if I'm not mistaken. And we've got Malinade in P8, Vindog in P9, and the Reaper in P10. Further, we've got Vettel, Rhino Hussey, Widget, Oranjeboom Brown, Chef Badger, Apex Joe, Foxy, Origuilas, and X. Foxy is still has still to receive that 5-place grid penalty, so he will drop back all the way to P19. Let's go back to the front of the grid, and that will be your qualifying session here in Hungary. Now we will be having a 50% race, and hopefully that is going to be as good as the qualifying session was. Should be. I think these guys are very, very experienced, and they know how to race with each other. They've been racing for 4 seasons already, so I mean, the most of them, I think. Rhino Hussey, Youngie, Geldy, all those guys know how to race with each other. Tomo has been here for a long time already too, I think. I'm not sure though. I'm just gonna blow my nose and then we will be ready to go. I am not sure if the formation lap is on, but I guess we will be seeing that pretty soon. I hope it is, because otherwise I don't have time to blow my nose. We will be waiting in the pit lane together with everyone else who isn't ready yet. And the interesting thing is, oh, Seko is left. I might want to pop him an invite. Let me ping him real quick. Oh, mate, it is a no formation lap. Here we go. 5 red lights in the Formula 1 Racing League. And off we go. A very good start from Youngie. Already might want to make a move up the inside of the Ferrari driver. He's not going to be able to do so. And there is damage. There is damage at the back of the grid. Then there's a Red Bull driver and an Alpine driver. Apex Joe gets a 5-second time penalty. And we've got a virtual safety car already. That gives us a bit of time to look at the tires. The top 6 on the medium tires. Murph, who gets past Youngie already. I think that might be a little bit of a glitch. Tomo, who's running away from these two. Seko's ass on the soft tires. We've got Vindog on the soft tires. Vettel on the hards. Oranje Boom and Widget on the soft tires. Chef Badger on the soft tires. And the rest are on hards. We've got X on the mediums all the way at the back of the grid. And this seems to be... well, this promises to be a great race. The top 6 on the same strategy. So they're going to be keeping it together. Quite close to each other, hopefully. Tomo leading the race. Murph gained the position already. Let's have a quick look at the position changes. 1 position gained for Murph. Seko need an invite if you can... yes. I will. Let me... I told him to add me. Here we go. And we've got green flags and go, go, go. Merv on the tail of Tomo. Here they come through turn 13. A little bit of a step there from the Mercedes driver. He's getting fought from behind by Youngie. He's right on the tail of the Mercedes driver. Down the straight they come. Youngie isn't going to be able to, with the slipstream, make the overtake into turn 1. Doesn't look like it is too far ahead. Talking about Merv right there. As it seems like Geldy was looking to make a move up the inside, but the room was not there, unfortunately. Melanade, who's caught up 3 positions already. Look at that. Came all the way from P8, currently in P5. And at the back of the grid, not much has changed either. Apex Joe and both Apex Joe and Chef Badger coming into the pits. I've got a friend request from Seko, so I'm just going to accept that real quick. I won't be able to invite him straight away. It's just a glitch from Formula 1. Here he comes Geldy. And he's really able to keep up with Youngie. Both drivers on the medium tires. As we want to delete this real quick. Touches the curb quite nice, but has to watch out. He's racing on a controller, and I feel like Hungary on a controller is way more difficult. Is he racing on... No, he's not racing on a controller. What am I saying? Of course, he's racing on a wheel, as you can see on the steering there. Yeah, let me send an invite to Seko real quick. That is, of course, not a PlayStation invite. Seko's ass. There we go. Tomo with the fastest lap at the moment. We might want to have a quick look with Vindog making the overtake on Seko's ass. Seko's ass lost a lot of positions there, but he's been invited back to the lobby. I'm just going to tell him that... Oh, wait, he joined already. There we go. Youngie on the tail of Merv. And the top 5, the top 6, the top 7, the top 8, the top 9, the top 10 is running away from the rest of the grid at the moment. Geldy is on controller. He's still waiting for his Fanatec. Oh, fair enough. He is actually has a lot of smooth steering. Look at that. I didn't notice that. I would say he was racing on a wheel. Look at that smooth steering from the Alpine driver. But oh, and we've got someone out of the race. That is Widget. Well, he's not out of the race, but he's in the wall, and he's causing a yellow flag at the moment. That might be a safety car pretty soon. And something I didn't know about Hungary is that it's going to be 35 laps around the Hungaroring. Which is quite a lot, if I'm being honest. You know, you've got a lap time of about 117, 118. Depends on how fast you are. It also depends on how fast your tires are, of course. And it doesn't look like the top 5 are making any moves anytime soon. So we've got a yellow flag. That is Oranje Boom Brown in the wall, unfortunately. And he's not going to be able to score any decent points. 13 seconds behind the next driver up ahead, which is Apex Joe. So I want to go back to the Reaper here on the tail of the Ferrari driver. I feel like Insomniac lost a lot of positions there. Foxy making the overtake on the Aston Martin. Let's have a quick look. Side by side they go into turn 2, into turn 3. Here comes Origuilas making the overtake down the inside, as I think Foxy gave up that position for free. The Williams driver trying to make the overtake. Here comes Foxy down the inside. Is he going to be able to make that move into turn 4? Doesn't look like it. He's giving up the position again. And he has to watch out. Foxy with a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, which is not great. Touches the curb down the inside. He shouldn't have done that, because that can easily put your car in the wall. And Widget is trying to battle his way through the pack at the moment, trying to stick to the toe of Foxy and Origuilas. Foxy with a possible switchback there. Beautifully done by Foxy. He's right on his tail. Oh, and it seems like he's cutting the corners every now and then. This might be a couple of penalties for Foxy. Making a move down the inside. What a dive bomb from the Haas driver. And he spun out himself. Origuilas came away very cheap with that. No damage has been done to the Aston Martin driver. I think Youngie, who made the overtake on Merv again. And there is the AlphaTauri driver again, letting everyone go through. Beautifully done by Oranje Boom Brown, not being in the way of anyone. Here comes Merv into turn 4. Another good overtaking opportunity, and you also have to watch out for your braking zone, because if you brake a little bit later, you're gonna end up in the back of the guy behind, in front of you. Sean in the chat, oh Foxy. Yeah, that was a little bit optimistic from Foxy in turn 12. I feel like he either missed his braking point, or I don't know what happened. Honestly. Galdi sticking to the toe of Merv. And it seems like the top 6 is running away right now. Reaper trying to hold that 1 second onto Insomniac, but it seems like it's a struggle at the moment. 1.2 seconds. And he's also on those medium tires, so he shouldn't have the disadvantage, but it looks like he does. Or he's just a tiny bit slower at the moment. Como running away from these guys. He's really got the pace. Look at that. 2.8 seconds already in the lead. What a race from the Ferrari car. And there goes Oranje Boom Brown again. I think he's just leaving space for everyone. Let's go. MP8. And where is the Croatian driver? Let me have a quick look. Seko Zas, MP11. Has lost a lot of time due to being out of the session, unfortunately. He did catch up a position already. I'm not sure who he won that position from. I think it might have been Rhino Hussey. Rhino Hussey, who dropped back to P15. I don't think Rhino Hussey is actually in the lobby, is he? No, he's not even in the lobby. He might need an invite back. Hold up, let me have a quick look in the chat. I don't think he's able to rejoin again, but I could be wrong. Oranje Boom Brown coming into the pits. It is going to be our first DNF of the night. And Homo once again running away, but it seems like Yankee is catching up a little bit there. He was 2.8 seconds ahead, now he's only 2.5 seconds ahead. And also Merv trying to break... No, it's Youngie trying to break the toe off Merv. Well, to Merv. He's now 1 second ahead, so Merv will not have the DRS. And that gives a great opportunity for Geldy to catch up to the Mercedes driver. Youngie, who's definitely putting a lot of pressure on the throttle throughout the corners, trying to gain time wherever possible. Let's go on the tail of Reaper, as I think we will be seeing these two battle very heavily. The Reaper, who was in P2 in the Drivers' Championship 2 weeks ago, and he's dropped back to P3. Tomo took his position in the Drivers' Championship, as you can see up ahead. Well, here above me. And it's not really a very exciting race. Nobody is able to make a move anywhere. Hungary is that kind of track where the racing is great. Everyone is keeping it close to each other, but just, you know, there's no good overtaking opportunity, because I feel like every move you make is a risk. sometimes you've got corners where a move is easily done. You've got a couple on Brazil, for example, where moves are basically without a risk. And I feel like here in Hungary, that is not really the case. You've got turn 1, which is a good overtaking opportunity with the use of DRS, but the DRS usage here in Hungary is not really that beneficial because it is such a short straight that you're not really able to benefit from the DRS. And then, of course, turn 1, good overtaking opportunity. As you can see, Seko Zas making the overtake down the inside. Vindog not giving up. Around the outside he goes. And does he have the DRS? Seko Zas has the DRS. Around the outside he goes. And it seems like Vindog is not giving up. Look at that. Down the inside still. He's still there. Side by side. And there goes the Williams driver into the wall. Vindog being the first retirement of the session. And what did I say about Vindog? If he's struggling in the qualifying, he is going to be struggling in the race too. And that is what we saw today. The Williams driver in the wall. Our first real retirement. As, of course, Oranje Beaubrun retired in the session, in the pit lane. But that is going to be the first safety car of tonight. We're in lap 8 out of the 35. We've still got many, many more laps to come. But I'm really wondering what the strategy is going to be from all these guys. You know, oh, Chef Badger, 5-second time penalty, speeding in the pit lane. He's all the way in P17 anyway, so doesn't really matter too much. But Oranje Beaubrun now left the session. Because I think he just wanted to have a quick look. Oh, Youngie! What happened to Youngie? No way! Youngie retired from the session. DNF4, the McLaren driver. I think he crashed in the pit lane. I have no idea what happened there with the McLaren driver. Oh, that is really, really bad. Merv dropping back 2 positions, but I think he'll get those straight away. Well, back again. He does. Back into P2. Ooh, Geldy choosing a 2-stopper. He's gone from mediums to possibly end the race on the soft tires. And the rest of the guys have gone onto hard tires. The Reaper onto the soft tires. And I have no idea what Youngie has done. He has DNF'd, retired from the race. So I might want to have a quick look here. I'm asking him what he did because... not many people from the back are coming into the pits. Origulas and Foxy both staying out. 8-lap hards, they're... Well, it's not like they gained a lot of positions off that. I might want to invite Rhino Hussey again. We've got a safety car anyway. As I'm not sure if he's gonna be able to join again. Ah, here we go. That is coincidental. Right as I wanted to invite him, he joined again. Everyone is right behind the safety car. We've got 1 driver in the top 7 on the mediums and 1 driver in the top 7 on the soft tires. And then, of course, we've got Vettel and Seko Zas both coming into the pits to go onto the medium tires too. Both have been a little bit unlucky. Seko Zas dropping out of the session quite early during this race. And then we've got Vettel, who unfortunately had a very bad qualifying. Youngie says car wouldn't stop or turn, was just sliding. Fuck me, he says. So he just spun into the pit lane. I'm replying at the moment to Youngie. Of course, we gotta... Oh, man. I still don't get how you can retire in a safety car situation. I really can't. I really can't. I really don't understand. Although a little anecdote about myself. I once raced. It was my first ever Grand Prix that I've ever done. My first league race, I'll say it like that. My first league race ever. It was on Azerbaijan. I remember quite well. We're heading into turn 1, right behind the safety car. I think I was in P2 or P3. I can't remember exactly. I was in P2 or P3. Heading into turn 1, we broke really, really late. Every one of us broke really, really late. And I wanted to go onto the throttle, right? And I was warming up my tires. So I was like sliding all over the place with my tires because I was someone who warmed up his tires by sliding all over the place. And I went a little bit too fast on the throttle, and yeah, I spun it into the wall on the left side coming out of turn 1. Still no idea how I've actually done that, but yeah, sometimes you don't mean to do it. I don't think anyone means to crash out of a race. But yeah, sometimes, I mean, there's not much you can do, right? I think we will still have one more lap behind the safety car at the moment because not everyone is behind the safety car. As you can see, the Haas driver at the back of the grid, which is X, came into the pits to go onto the hard tires, so that is great for the Haas driver. He might be able to battle his way through the field again. Rhino Hussey, I have no idea why he's that far back. I really don't. He's one of the faster guys here on the grid, but I feel like this is just not his track. That might be it. It might just not be his track, and that's totally fine. I don't like Hungary either, and if you don't like a track, you're not going to practice on it. If you're not going to practice on it, you're not going to be great in qualifying. If you're not going to be great in the qualifying, you're not going to be great in the race. Aurigulas coming into the pits at the moment. I'm probably pronouncing that really, really wrong. I'm gonna try it. Hold up. Aurigulas. That sounds better. But Aurigulas just sounds easier, you know? I'll give you guys a little challenge. Try to say that name. I dare you. I dare you. It'll probably sound very, very weird. Even during a battle, it's even more strange because you're in the heat of the moment. You've got to say that name as fast as possible, and then something else comes out of your mouth. You're not even trying to make it sound right. It's just crazy. One more lap behind the safety car. We're chilling. We're chilly willy. And we've got a couple of penalties already. Vettel with one. We've got Foxy with possibly 2. And Chef Badger with that 5-second time penalty. I think the safety car will come into the pits pretty soon, so I'm going to take a quick sip of water. Where's my water can? Here it is. Safety car is indeed coming in this lap. And the safety car restart will be led by the one and only Ferrari driver, P. Tomo. And he's got that fast Mercedes driver who's making his way up the driver's standings behind him. The safety car has already come into the pit so he can go whenever he wants, and he already goes. Green flags and go, go, go for the Ferrari driver. Merv got caught sleeping a little bit. He's getting attacked from behind. Geldy, who's got those medium tires, will drain all of his ERS down the straight. Here comes Geldy. Down the straight he comes. The ERS wide open, and he makes a move down the inside. A deep lunge from the Alpine driver, and it seems like Merv is making the switchback. Beautifully done by the Mercedes driver. As Merv is back into P2, Geldy into P3, and Melanade into P4. What will Insomniac be doing? Oh, wait! I know what the issue is. I'm not having my cable connected. Oh, mate. Oh, that is not great. Hold up. Apologies, guys. I don't have my Wi-Fi cable connected. I should connect it. I don't know if it's gonna lag out the live stream. Shouldn't. There we go. Okay, so I think it should be back, shouldn't it? Shouldn't be lagging anymore. There we go. It's still lagging, isn't it? I'll have to restart my remote play. Apologies, guys. Apologies. Technical issues. Technical issues. Yo, 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 Benji, how are you doing, mate? I'm just trying to make the the stream work again. Hold up. There we go, lads. And we're racing again here around Hungary. My apologies for the technical issues. And it is still Tomo in the lead of the race, 1.3 seconds ahead of Murph. I joined and bummed, technical issue, not a surprise there. Why is it always when you join that I'm having a technical issue? always the same. The Reaper trying to make his way through the field on the soft tires at the moment. He's gained 5 positions in total already. He came from P10, currently in P5. Melonade also on a pretty good streak at the moment. 4 positions gained. He came from P8, currently in P4. And then Vettel, of course, gained 4 positions too. So let's have a quick look at the tires again, because then we know who is the faster driver out of the grid. And as things are looking like right now, that might be gelding on the tail of Murph, who is on the medium tires. Yeah, you are a curse, Benji. Thank you very much for that. The DRS will not be enabled yet, but I think it will be this lap. Here comes Vettel down the inside of Insomniac. Insomniac with a beautiful switchback. Look at that by the Ferrari driver up into P7. But Vettel retakes that position from the Ferrari driver. Beautiful racing between the both of them. And the broadcast view of Hungary is absolutely ours. So I won't be able to show you all the... Oh, Chef Badger crashed out, I think. He is all the way in P16. He's got a 5-second time penalty. This is not the race he has hoped for. Reaper trying to find his way through the grid. Still on the tail of that hard tire runner. And the longer he's going to be... Yo, Vinny Smith, how are you doing, buddy? And the longer Reaper is going to be behind Melonade, the slower he'll get. Because those hard tires will become faster than the soft tires at some point during the race. And those hard tire runners will possibly run those hards till the end of the race, if I'm being honest. They're only 5 lap old already. And they still have to do about 20 laps on those. So I think that would work, definitely. I think a soft-medium strategy around Hungary would actually work, if I'm being honest. On a 50% race, I think it does. Here comes Vettel. Is he going to make another dive bomb like he did to Mr. Insomniac? And he took that position after a beautiful switchback from the Ferrari driver. But I still have no idea how he actually has done that. Melonade going a little bit too deep. There goes the Reaper down the inside. Will Vettel be able to benefit from this? Doesn't look like it. Melonade coming back onto the racing line. And a little bit of moving on the braking. As I think Melonade shut the door on the Alfa Romeo driver. Here comes Vettel with a good exit. Is he going to make it around the outside? Yes, indeed he is. He's a little bit impatient, but that doesn't matter for Vettel. Takes that position from Melonade. And Melonade only in 1 sector loses 2 positions, which is obviously not great. Another driver has crashed. That might be X all the way at the back of the grid. It is indeed X. And there are some gaps forming. Murph 2 seconds behind Tomo. And we've got a little bit of a group here of 2 drivers, Murph and Geldy, trying to find their way back to the front of the pack, which is, of course, Tomo himself. And we've got a little bit of a gap forming between Geldy and the Reaper, 1.4 seconds at the moment. Vinny in the chat says 20 laps on mediums might have been a struggle. Soft tires lap 4 were 40%. Ooh, that is true. That is true. Yeah, soft mediums might not work then. It might be a medium hard after all. Thanks for letting me know, Vinny. Appreciate it. I knew you were... Vinny, I don't want to be rude or anything, but something in me told me that you were going to crash. Something in me told me you were going to crash. Starting on the soft tires, you know, you had a little bit of a struggle throughout the qualifying too, because I saw you slide all over the place some corners. But I mean, forget about this race. You know, next race will be better, season ender, and it is going to be double points too. So you will be able to find your way back into the top 10. I don't think you're in there yet, are you? No, you're not in there yet, but you will be able to find your way into the top 10 with the last Grand Prix. Here comes Seco Zaz on the tail of Insomniac, and I think both of the drivers are lagging a little bit throughout the... Oh, Insomniac has left the session. He did lag a little bit, and now Seco Zaz. Seco Zaz, he's gonna tell himself, guys, I had this before, I had this earlier this race. Now it's my time to get those positions back. I'm all gonna curse you with bad Wi-Fi, and Insomniac is his first victim. Insomniac, who drops back to P8, might need an invite. I'm just gonna check the chat real quick. 2 races left, sprint race next week, and then double points after the following week. Oh, fair enough, fair enough. Let me have a quick chat with Insomniac. Insomniac. There we go. Does he need an invite? I'm not sure. He's not in the lobby yet. Geldy seems to have made the overtake on Murph too, so those medium tires are still fresh enough to battle against the hard tires. I crash most week. It's what I do. Fair enough, mate. I mean, what does your practice look like? Or are you that kind of guy who says, what is practice? You know, you've got 2 drivers who do either one driver does a lot of practice, the other doesn't practice at all, just joins up to the shows up to the race, and that's about it. Crashes in lap 7. I'm not sure. Or you've also got the drivers who practice a tons amount of time and then they crash into the race after 5 laps. Okay, so he does need an invite. Let me send him an invite real quick. Insomniac. Oh, he's all the way up there. Beautiful. Beautiful. So Geldy running away a little bit now. 7/10 of a gap to Murph. I think Murph does have the DRS though, so he will be able to catch up again. I've sent the invite to Insomniac 30 minutes before the race. And, like, do you just do time trial? Because time trial is not the best way to practice, mate. Melanade. Oh, those soft tires might be gone already, like Vindog said. 7-lap-old softs were 40%, and these soft tires might be 50% already for the Reaper. He will be struggling. Melanade around the outside into turn 5. He's not going to give up yet. Look at that. The Reaper trying to keep this position for as long as possible. And he's definitely trying to create some kind of gap to Vettel at the moment, because he's not going to catch up, and the only thing he's doing is, avoiding a Melanade to get past. I'm running TC off, so trying to practice. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. No TC is definitely very difficult. Not sure if you guys knew, but I used to be a racing driver myself. Switched over to commentary because I enjoy this more. I get less angry, Get less angry. I've got a little... Oh, a Melanade coming into the pits. No, it's the Reaper. It's the Reaper. 9-lap-old softs. Thought it was Melanade, but we were, of course, looking at Reaper. Murph on the tail of Geldy. Here he comes down his side, and Chef Badger crashed out of the race. And Murph just made that move just in time as he got into P2, past Geldy. And will anyone come into the pits? I think the Reaper came to the pits right on time. He will be dropping back behind Mr. Insomniac, I think, or will he be in front of them? I think he will be behind. He will be behind indeed. I need to invite him again. I've sent him 2 invites. There we go. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. That was definitely not the McDonald's song. It's such a great song. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. It's stuck in my head for some reason. I haven't listened to any McDonald's advertisements anywhere. I don't think they even do McDonald's advertising here in Belgium. I could be wrong though. Could be wrong. Yeah, and I'm just reading the chat here, guys. Mr. Insomniac is a little bit frustrated that he got thrown out of the game. Why didn't Reaper pit on the first safety car? He did pit on the softs. I think he... Didn't he pit on the softs? I think he did, right? Yeah, he did pit on the softs, Vinny. He went from mediums to softs. Because he was on 10-lap-old softs and the safety car came out around lap 8 because you crashed on your 7-lap-old softs. All the guys coming into the pits at the moment, possibly going onto the mediums or the hard tires. Oh, and a double stack there for Mercedes. Oh, and he's gonna lose positions off that. Oh, look at that. Widget making the overtake again. Oh, that is really annoying. Oh, no, never mind. I think it's only Melanade to get in front of Sekozaz there. Somniac not coming into the pits. His AI decided to not come into the pits. And he can't get in for some reason. Let me try and see if I can add him on EA. Does that work? I don't think it does it? No, I don't think it does. Let me send him another invite. This is what crossplay is all about, guys. This is what crossplay is all about. So now everyone is on fresh tires except for X and Insomniac. And Insomniac, of course, being an AI car. But the rest of the car is having either medium tires or hard tires. I think the Reaper went on to 1 lap old mediums, dropped back. Well, he didn't went on to 1 lap old mediums, but he came into the pits 1 lap earlier than these guys. He dropped back to P7, which is not bad at all. He used to be battling with Melanade, so only lost 1 position. He's restarting his PlayStation, Mr. Insomniac, so we will be seeing him pretty soon. I'll send him another invite. There we go. In the lead of the race is still a P Tomo, and we won't be having the safety car come into the pits yet. But I feel like the medium tires, when are they gonna drop off? When is that crossover point? Would that be around lap, let's say lap 30? Because if it's lap 30 and Geldy can keep it up with Merv and Tomo, I don't think it'll keep up with Tomo because he's been on a very good pace today. But if he can keep up with Merv, I think he'll have the benefit at the end of the race. I think he definitely does. Well, 50 more laps to go. I should have gone to the toilet, but I decided not to, which is probably a very big mistake. Doesn't matter too much, guys. Here we go, Vettel. Having that penalty is definitely going to be very annoying for him. Look at that, 3 seconds. That's going to provisionally drop him to P7. He's currently in P4. He might hope for another couple of cars behind him and in front of them to get a penalty, because then he would get another... I mean, he wouldn't drop that many positions. Geldy in a great position. Yeah, he did. Yes, but I feel like these mediums are still good enough for, well, to go till the end of the race. I feel like they are. Like 15 lap old mediums should be doable, shouldn't it? But the hard tires will definitely be better at the end of the race. I mean, 50 more laps. Let me have a quick think. 50 more laps. I'm not sure, actually. The hards will do better at the end of the race, but is he gonna lose? Isn't he gonna lose too much time? Is what I'm asking myself. Safety car will possibly come into the pits again. I will keep my Discord open to see if Insomniac needs another invite, of course. Okay, safety car comes in, led by once again Mr. Tomo. And I'm wondering when he's gonna go this time around. Into turn 13 and 14. Very good corners to make a safety car restart in, because there's not a lot of like risk. It's not a risky corner, because it's like same pace that everyone is running, you know. Ooh, is he going already? A little bit of an acceleration there from the Ferrari driver, and around the last corner we go. Tomo goes already. Green flags and go, go, go. Welcome in, Transic in the chat. How are you doing, buddy? Melanade is possibly going to make the overtake on Insomniac already. The Reaper on the tail of Melanade. Here they come down the straight. Is the Reaper going to draw it down the inside? Sekozaz with a deep dive bomb, and he makes a two-way overtake. A little bit of wheel tapping there between Sekozaz and Melanade. And it seems like Melanade is still keeping that position. Sekozaz around the outside, drain a little bit of ERS. Side by side they go into turn 3. Who is going to take that position? It seems like that is going to be the Croatian driver in P5. Melanade with a possible switchback. It doesn't look like it. A Reaper is watching from the side, well, from the back at the moment. A little bit of a track warning there for a Melanade. P1 and P2 will be pushing hard on those mediums. Yes, 100%, but I feel like Geldy can keep up with these guys quite nice. I feel like he will be, but he will be under attack from behind. Look at that, Vettel on the medium tires, right on the tail of Geldy, and Sekozaz 2.4 seconds behind the top 4 already. which is obviously not great. I think Matko is on the tail. Oh, there goes Widget. Lost a bit of his car. And also the Haas driver at the back there struggling. That might have been Foxy. And Matko with a beautiful overtake on Widget. Widget who might have lost his car, might have lost his rear there. Coming out of that fast left-hander. That might have been the right-hander though. Tomo with the fastest lap for now, 119.1. Beautiful lap there from the Ferrari driver. And down the straight they come. Here comes Rhino Hussey. And he's draining all of the ERS he's got to get past Apex Joe as soon as possible. Okay, so Insomniac needs another invite. Let me send him one. There we go. Oh, my nose is itching today. Not sure what's happening. Oh, Rhino Hussey with a beautiful switchback. Look at that! The McLaren driver almost making the overtake. Double switchback, doesn't look like it. Apex Joe keeping the position from the McLaren driver. Foxy with another 3-second time penalty. And I feel like that is something we've seen a couple of times already. Oh, and he's back in the race. There goes Mr. Insomniac. Nicely done, mate. Vettel on the tail of Geldy once again. And I feel like, oh, look at that. Insomniac dropped all the way to P15. He's got to be frustrated about that. He's got to be. 12 more laps to go in this race. And the leader of the race is still Tomo. But Murph this time around is keeping the pace of the Ferrari driver. I think Tomo is just saving a bit of his tires to push at the end of the race. Because he might know that if he pushes too much now, that Geldy will have the benefit of the tires at the end of the race. Now Geldy not able to keep the toe off the top two. Dropped out of the 1 second. And next lap around, they will have the DRS. So, oh no, the DRS has already been enabled right now. Lap 24 out of the 35. And look at that Murph on the tail of Tomo. It will be a 1-2 battle for the lead of the race. Rhino Hussey has finally made the overtake on Apex Joe. Through Sector 1 and Sector 2 they go. Murph keeping the toe of Tomo. And the annoying thing for Tomo is that he has taken quite a bit of a lead already early in this race. Had a safety car. Shrank that lead back to less than 1 second. Made up for that. Well, shrink. I don't know. Made up for that little safety car again. Got a lead of about 3 seconds again. And then another safety car came on track. And now it seems like Murph is definitely losing some time through Sector 2. Tomo running away a little bit there, almost dropping out of that 1 second. Not quite yet. I think Murph will have the DRS right now, coming around the last corner, and he will be indeed. He's within 1 second of the Ferrari driver. And here comes Murph down the straight, DRS wide open. ERS, he might want to use a little bit of ERS, because I feel like he's not going to be able to keep up with Tomo if he keeps on driving like this without using any ERS. He still has 40% in the tank. How much more has Tomo? About the same. And Geldy definitely losing the toe to the top two. He's got that annoying Alfa Romeo on his tail. Let's have a quick look with the back of the grid here. X on the tail of Aurigulas. Here comes X, and these two have been battling quite heavily already this race, and I'm really wondering to see which one out of these two is going to be getting that P12 position, because I feel like they're a little bit too far behind Apex Joe to get back into the top 11. X almost with a switchback, has to brake a little bit earlier to not end up in the back of the Aston Martin. And Murph has dropped out of the 1 second. Unfortunately, he won't have the DRS down the straight. Oh, here comes X. Oh, almost with an overtake. Oh, and we've got another retirement, and that is another safety car. Okay. Rhino Hussey out of the session, in the wall. Probably clipped the curb a little bit too much and spun into the wall. Insomniac still not in the lobby. What is happening? Oh, and a 5-second time penalty for Vettel. He came into the pits, speeding in the pit lane. Hold up. Why did he come into the pits? Possibly to go into the soft tires, but I'm not sure if those softs will last that long. Well, they will, but they will definitely not be that fast anymore at the end of the race, though. Oh, Mr. Insomniac is a little bit pissed about him not being able to join. I can't blame him. It's the lobbies of F1 are not not great. And I think we can all agree on that. Nobody in the top 4, 5, 6 actually have come into the pits. Let's have a quick look at the tires here. Ooh, Vettel might be up for a good race. Oh, and I'm gonna take the opportunity to go to the toilet real quick, guys. So I will be right back with you. And, well, stay tuned. Make sure you're not missing anything from this safety car situation. Because we might be seeing someone crash out again. Like we saw Youngie do. Alright, we will be right back, guys. All right, I just joined, and well, I just joined. I didn't really join. I just got back, and I'm seeing Vettel all the way in P13. What has happened to him? Did he crash out? X in P9? How did that ever happen? I think Vettel came into the pits again on the soft tires, didn't he? Why did he choose soft tires twice? Or did he make a mistake earlier? I don't know. Something that I will have to rewatch again, and that is always something that happens when I'm going to the toilet. All right, here we go. Safety car restart, possibly the last safety car of the night. We've got green flags and go, go, go. Both Mercedes drivers in the top 3. Beautiful comeback from Seco Zaz. I do have to give him that, though. Possibly had a very good... Oh, Geldy possibly came into the pits too. He went from softs, from hards to the softs, and I wouldn't have done that. He would have been so far ahead. Well, he would have had the advantage at the end of the race. Now makes the overtake on Matko. He might be having the advantage now too, though, if I'm being honest. Let's have a quick look with the tires. He's on 2-lap-old soft tires. And Vettel, I still have no idea why he came into the pits again. Possibly had a broken front wing. That might be it. I don't think this time around that Tomo is going to be able to run away from Murph. Look at that, Murph really sticking to the toe of Tomo. But I feel like Tomo just has that consistency that Murph is missing at the moment. Tomo just being able to lap the same laps, lap in, lap out, lap in, lap out. And as you can see, running away through Sector 2 again, like we saw him do earlier this race. He pulled a 4:10 gap at the moment. A little bit of a gap forming between Reaper and Melonade. And Vettel making the overtake on Apex Joe. I think Apex Joe crashed into the wall, but he's back on track at the moment. Let's have a quick look with Geldy here on the tail of Reaper. And he will make quick work out of the Red Bull driver. Has to yield a little bit there. Almost went into the back of the Reaper. Down the straight they go. And Geldy, with an easy dive bomb down the inside, will make the job done. And yes, indeed he does. Up the inside goes Geldy up into P5. And I think that pit stop on the soft tires might have been a good decision, if I'm being honest. It might have been a good decision because he will be way faster than the guys ahead. I'm not gonna say he's gonna win, but I think he'll have a good chance of getting into P3. At least P3. He'll be able to win the race, possibly. Murph now running away from his own teammate, and Tomo running away from Murph. I feel like Murph is a little bit faster in Sector 1, and Tomo is able to pull away in Sector 2 again. Seko's ass trying to break the toe of Melanade, but he knows that Hungry Geldy is on his tail. So it won't be easy for Melanade to make an overtake. Oh, almost goes off track there. Went into the curb a little bit too heavily. Foxy with another 3-second time penalty. This is really something that Foxy needs to take care of. Geldy with a good exit on the curb. Look at that. Around the outside, possibly. Oh, doesn't go for it. Takes a wide line to have a better exit coming out of that curb. DRS has been enabled. And here comes Geldy. Beautiful overtake around the outside. He has a 1.2 second gap to make up for. And I don't think Melanade has given up. Look at that. Geldy around the outside. He will have the DRS though, if I'm not mistaken. Or not yet. Not yet. It seems like it's not yet time for DRS. And the guys will only be able to use DRS once during this Grand Prix. I mean, during one lap. And it will be down to start-finish rate. And of course, the second coming out of turn 1. But I feel like that isn't really a DRS trade because you're not able to benefit from the DRS there. Geldy is catching up. Geldy is catching up to the top 3. Tomo has already run away. 5 more laps to go here in the Hungarian Grand Prix. And the problem is, they're battling at the front of the grid, but they're already battling at the back of the grid too. Oregulas on 11 lap old medium tires. He will struggle to keep up with Foxy at the moment. And also Apex Joe trying to catch up to the Aston Martin driver. You might want to go on board with Geldy again. Down the straight he goes. DRS will be enabled. So I feel like Seko's ass has to do something about keeping up this Alpine driver for as long as possible. And try to have his own teammate run away. But Seko's ass might be able to make a move on his own teammate. Here comes Geldy up the inside and he makes a deep dive bomb. Oh, look at that. And they're clinching wheels. A little bit of shoulder work from the Alpine driver. Oh, no way. No way. Seko's ass. Oh, man. This... Ah, and a safety car too. No. Seko's ass in the wall. And I had the exact same thing happen to me last Sunday. I got pushed by a driver. But that push wasn't directly involving... Well, it wasn't directly making me crash out. You know, you're so frustrated that you get touched. That you get... You know, how do you say that? Get tapped from the side. And you want to put more pressure, well, more pressure on the throttle to go faster. And that is what makes you spin into the wall. And we saw the exact same thing to Seko's ass as happened to me last week, unfortunately. I was really angry at that guy, and I think Seko's ass will be angry now too. He had such a beautiful comeback race. He dropped all the way to P12, P13. I don't know. He was out of the session because his Wi-Fi wasn't there. Oh, and Foxy, another 3-second time penalty. What is Foxy doing, bro? Look at the penalties. 18 seconds. That is 18 track limits. Oh, man. That is 1 track limit per 2 laps. No way. Murph getting a drive-through penalty for speeding under a safety car. Man, oh Jesus. Foxy coming into the pits right now. Possibly gonna put another set of soft tires. Oh, Murph, you really gotta be shitting me, mate. Oh, and he comes into the pits too, doesn't he? No, he doesn't come into the pits. Why did so many people make the overtake on him? Did he go off track? I feel like he did. What a chaotic end of the race, mate. We'll have 2 more laps after the safety car. The safety car is possibly coming into the pits again in lap 33. So that means that we will be racing in lap 34 and 35. Ah, he's letting everyone go through. That's nice. Because he knows that he has the drive-through penalty, so he shouldn't be in everyone's way. So he's letting everyone go through, going off track. That's nice. That's nice. And he's now just going to wait till everyone is caught up. Apex Joe being one of them. And will we be seeing the same thing from Murph, letting everyone go through? I'm not sure, though. I don't think so. He's not going to do it to the Alpine driver. And another safety car situation. So we had a couple of safety car situations already today. I think we had 4, if I'm not mistaken. Which is quite a bit, because it messes up your strategy. You can basically go, well, start on the mediums, go into the softs, go into another set of softs, go into another set of softs, and then go into another set of softs. I'm not sure how many soft tires the guys will actually have. Murph coming into the pits, he will not be able to serve his drive-through penalty yet. I think he's just going on to soft tires to finish the race on a fresh set of softs. Possibly to get the fastest lap. Although I don't think he will be able to, because he's got to serve that drive-through in lap 45. No, 55. 45, what am I saying? 35. So we will be having 2 more laps of racing. It will be Geldy in P2 on the tail of Tomo. And will those soft tires have enough? Well, will they be fast enough is the question. Tomo being on 13 lap all mediums. I feel like, you know, the medium tires, are they good enough still? I don't know. You know, you've got Vindog who said the soft tires are around 40%, but we have 2 safety car situations already. So in reality, they are only 5 lap old softs. And the medium tires, same situation there. They're only 11 lap old mediums. So at what point is the crossover point where the mediums are getting faster than the soft tires? Is that around... I would say they're as equal as, you know, they're as fast as each other. And then I think Tomo will be able to win this race. Everyone is caught up again. Murph still having that drive-through penalty. And then, of course, we have to look at the penalties, because Vettel 3 seconds, Apex Joe 3 seconds, Matko 3 seconds, and then Foxy 18 seconds. It seems like Origulas is trying to make the overtake on Foxy's, letting everyone go through. What has happened here? Okay, doesn't matter too much. We've got Insomniac back in his car. Insomniac is back in the car. No, that was Tomo. Oh, my days. Where's Insomniac? Oh, he's in P8. All right, we're heading into the last 2 laps of this race. Everyone is pretty close to each other there, as you can see. And Tomo is already going. Look at that. Geldy did not get caught sleeping. Around the outside he goes. Well, around the outside, he's not even making a move, Thomas. What are you saying? Here comes Geldy. A lot of ERS will be used. Geldy on the tail of Tomo. Will he be able to catch up? Or will he be able to keep up with the Ferrari driver? That is the biggest question. We've not seen anyone been able to do what Geldy might be able to do, what Geldy might have to do. And there is another crash in Sector 1. That is X, unfortunately. Murphy's already coming to the pits to serve his drive-through penalty. Here comes Geldy, able to keep up with Tomo. It's a lead. It's a battle for the lead of the race. Tomo almost invalidates there. Well, invalidates. Gets the drive through. Oh, mate, what am I saying, guys? Oh. Tomo almost getting a track warning into turn 4. Now Geldy sticking to the toe. He's sticking to the toe. He's gotta abuse all of the ERS he's got down the start finish straight. And as you can see, Tomo's just being really fast through Sector 2. It's crazy. He's able to pull away from Geldy. He's able to pull away from Murph. He's able to pull away from Seko Zaz earlier. He's able to pull away from Youngie through Sector 2. He's just on a different level at this point during the race. All right, we're heading into the last lap of the race. Geldy and Tomo are battling for the race win. Geldy will need to drain all of the ERS he's got. Does he have what it takes? Doesn't look like it. 5 tenths behind Tomo. And he'll have to make a very aggressive move to possibly win this race. But I feel like he's not going to be doing that. Geldy being a very respectful driver, obviously. And it seems like Vettel just made the overtake on Reaper. Reaper Doesn't have to worry about it too much because Vettel has that 3-second time penalty. Let's go back to the front of the grid. Geldi coming through the last lap of the Hungarian Grand Prix. Also Tomo. And doesn't look like Tomo is really breaking away from Geldi at this point. Geldi, look at that, keeping up with the Ferrari driver for as long as possible, touching a lot of curb down the inside there off the chicane. And now Tomo is just going to pull away again. You will be able to see Tomo pull away. These soft tires are struggling. These soft tires are struggling. Geldi is struggling in general. He's going to try and almost spins there. Almost loses control over his car. And he wanted to make a move into turn 12, but the room was not there. He was too far behind. Tomo might have possibly made a mistake there, going too deep into that curb. Doesn't look like it. Geldi coming around the last corner. So does Tomo. And we will be seeing Tomo win the Grand Prix here in Hungary. Geldi knows that he's done a great job choosing this strategy. Matko trying to make the overtake on Apex Joe there. Apex Joe with a surprising result. Aurigula's getting P6. Look at that. We didn't expect that at all. Foxy retiring from the session. I think, did he crash out? He didn't crash out, did he? Oh, mate, he crashed out. Foxy, mate. How do you do that? How is that even possible? Foxy crashing out in the last corner. Not even in the last corner. It's just on the straight. How does that even happen? All right, that will be your Hungary Grand Prix. Driver of the day is Aurigulas. He came all the way from the back of the grid to P6, a surprising P6. We did have a couple of our favorites, DNFing here, Youngie being one of them, Vindog being one of them, Rhino Hussey being one of them. So yeah, very unfortunate race results. But of course, Tomo will win this Grand Prix. Geldi came from P4 all the way to P2. Melanade came from P8 to P3, so he's gained 5 positions. And then the Reaper came from P10 to P4. Further, we've got Vettel, Aurigulas, Widget, Apex Joe, Matko, X, and Insomniac. And then, of course, Murph. And then we've got our DNFs, Foxy, Sekozas, Rhino Hussey, Murph. We did get that fastest lap at the end of the race. Rhino Hussey, Chef Badger, Youngie, Vindog, and Oranjebo Brown all the way at the back of the grid. Vinny Dog says, lol bum. Not sure what you mean by that, buddy, but it is what it is. It is what it is. 21. How did Murph get 23 seconds of time penalties? Oh, I think that must be because his drive-through didn't come through. I don't think you can serve your drive-through when the safety car is coming in. I don't think that works like that. So Foxy dropped back to P13. Well, he DNF'd 21 seconds. I still have no idea how you ever can get a 23-second time penalty. 21-second time penalty. I really don't. That means that it's at least 21 track limits. That's almost one a lap. That doesn't make too much sense. But, I mean, Foxy, great race, mate. I'm not sure what happened there last lap, but I guess it is what it is. Guys, I'm going to finish off the live stream here. I hope you guys liked it as much as I did. Next week, we're going to be having a sprint race. And then the Grand Prix afterwards. We will be having the last Grand Prix of the calendar. So I'm just going to have a quick look with the race calendar here. So next week we will be having Las Vegas. Very interesting one. And then the season ender will be Bahrain. So guys, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. I will see you guys next week, possibly. Will I be there next week? I don't know if I'll be there. I won't be there next week. Oh no, I won't be there next week. I still have to let Sean know though. Sean, are you here? I don't know if you're here. If you're here, I won't be there next week. Apologies, but I'll send you in DMs too. All right, guys, thank you very much, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace out.